Half the West has been settled, or at least our predictions for it. So where do we have the AFC West settling out this coming season? We'll get to that right in a minute. First off, welcome back to Top Cheddar Sports. I'm Victor. Thank you for tuning into this week's NFL episode, in which we will break down primarily the AFC West among a couple other things. But first, I want to give a huge shout out and congrats to Michael Thomas on his contract extension that just happened. 5 years, $100 million, so $20 million average annual value. He definitely has earned it, as we talked about in a previous podcast episode where I saw his contract lying. So he went a little above that. By no means is this more than he deserved. I definitely think it's right around there, as he's broke records for his first few years in this league. Now, with that, onto the AFC West predictions. Coming in last, getting shot down in the Wild West the fastest, is the Denver Broncos themselves. I believe Joe Flacco may provide some consistency for this team as quarterback, because by all means we all know that they clearly need it, but I don't think that he will be the solution that they need, at least right up front. This defense is solid at times, but the secondary could use some work. On the offensive side, along with Flacco, we don't even know when Emmanuel Sanders will be coming back, if at all. So even with the addition of Flacco, this doesn't do too much for them, because they don't have the reliability of all their targets at receiver. It's also time to see if Philip Lindsay just had a great rookie year, or if he can continue that and really stay as sharp as he was. I know all of Denver would love the hometown boy to be the great back that he was last year throughout all of his career. However, in the end, the Denver Broncos will have a losing record and will not make playoffs, while they come in fourth in this division. Third, the still Oakland Raiders. It pains me to say it, because I'm not a huge fan of John Gruden at all, especially as a coach, but I see the Raiders coming in third in the division. Last year, they only ended 2 games back from the Broncos when all was said and done, and with the additions they made this year on both sides, I definitely think that it can be enough for them to overtake that third spot. Antonio Brown is the big name that has joined their team, and as a Steelers fan, as much of a John McQueen as he was off the field, he is definitely still an elite talent on the field at receiver, one of, if not the best in the league. So I think that will provide a huge boost to their offense, along with their running back additions. So it's time to see actually if the Raiders can be good, or if John Gruden really just got paid $100 million to be absolutely crap year in and year out. I am not a huge fan of Perfect, as I don't think many people are, but he has his moments in which he makes good plays that are clean on the field. So we'll see how that works out for them, and in the end, it still won't be enough, as the Raiders will have a losing record and will not make playoffs. With that, second in the division, and I really don't like that I have to put them second, but there's no way I see them taking first, is the Los Angeles Chargers. Now, this team had a peak flashback, a sneak peek of a flashback to last year's season, to some of their glory years with Rivers, Gates, and my boy LaDainian Tomlinson. However, it's time to see if they can put up back-to-back great seasons, and with hopes of even taking the division. I'm not saying that it's impossible for them to take the division. I just think it's highly unlikely, as nothing against the Chargers at all, but the Chiefs are just that good and are too good. The LA offense will do well again this time. This time it's time to see if the defense can really perform well and up to the same standards that the offense was. Winning record, but first wild card yet again in the AFC. Finally, that brings us to the Kansas City Chiefs. This team will be one of the best teams in the AFC, if not the best in the AFC, and possibly even best team in the league. However, even with all the hesitation around Tyreek Hill, we have seen Mahomes' ability, and there's no way that it's going to decline by that much if he doesn't have Tyreek Hill for the upcoming season. Obviously, we all know what happened by this point with Kareem Hunt, and he is gone. When he left last year, we saw plenty of other backs for that team take over, and just because of the way Mahomes is and how dynamic this offense is, I have no worries in how this offense will perform the upcoming season without possibly both their stars from last year. Uh, I They definitely also made some great additions on defense, especially in the secondary, which was their weak spot through Tyrann Mathieu. He was the biggest addition this team has made over the offseason, and look for this team to make it back to the AFC Championship because in their minds they have no intention of anything less than that. I know they believe and really hope to make it to the Super Bowl. I think it could possibly happen. We'll get to that in a later episode. But with that, I see the Chiefs coming in first in the AFC West. They will run the Wild West, and the only team I could see possibly coming near them is the Los Angeles Chargers. That concludes our AFC West predictions. One other thing I want to touch on is I'm very sorry for AJ Green, as I saw he will be out the first few weeks. As much as I dislike playing against him as a Steelers fan, he's definitely one of the elite wide receivers in the league, or one of the great wide receivers in the league, I should say. And it's just not great for the game when these injuries happen and we don't get to see the best of the best play. So hopefully he makes a speedy recovery and a full recovery, and we get to see him out there on the field, I believe from week 5 on, all healthy and ready to go. Thank you so much for tuning into Top Cheddar Sports, NFL Thursdays. Own the Beer League Benchtop. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And let us know if there's anything that you want to see or what predictions you have for the AFC West or any other NFL division. Thank you.